What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Celebrate Herself podcast. It's me, someone with a B man. This is my first podcast as a 23-year-old, so if you haven't wished me happy birthday, wish me happy birthday. No, but thank you so much to everyone who listened. I feel like last week especially, there were so many people like taking screenshots or taking little aesthetic videos or boomerangs of y'all watching or listening. And that was it's always just like so cool to see. Obviously, I say that, in every podcast, but that's because every week I feel like someone posts and I'm just like, oh my God, I love this. Also, I think it's kind of interesting. I don't know if y'all remember. I think it was mostly like a couple years ago, like probably 2 years ago. I would talk about how I would always be kind of like shy to almost like promo, especially like my podcast or whatever. Especially on Instagram, because that's where like I follow the most people that I know, or the most people that know me follow me. Like the most IRLs are on there, so I'd always be kind of like, ew, is this like cringy? But now I'm like fully like I want to post myself as much as possible. So I hope that carries out, and not that it necessarily just started this year, but with my birthday and everything. I don't know if I said this in a vlog or my birthday get ready with me, but I just really want this to be a bad year, and I just really want to like go hard. So we're gonna see. But yeah, my birthday was honestly a little overly lit. I'm getting some questions like, where's the birthday vlog, sis? Literally, so let me just explain to you guys, because this will make more sense once you watch the vlog. So let me give you a synopsis. First of all, Saturday night, we were going to go to dinner and then go to the club after. I wasn't really necessarily like pressed to go to the club. I don't know. I'm kind of like ew about that recently. I don't know. It's like unless I don't know. It just has to be a very specific vibe. And there was no real specific vibe, so it was just kind of more like something to do. So we went to dinner, took my IG pic, whatever, being cute. I had some tea on my phone. It was like a good time. We never even went to the club. And it was nobody's fault. It was somebody's fault, but none of our faults. It was not my fault. Someone just didn't reply. And like an hour went by, we're waiting, and they just never replied. So I was like, honestly, at this point, my drink has worn off. I just want to go home. So I ended up just literally going to sleep. At least we still got dinner, and I got a cute IG, but I was just kind of like, damn. And then the next day on Sunday, I wanted to go to brunch and then just kind of see like where the vibes were popping that day. Sunday fun day. Like, y'all know I love a Sunday fun day. So I especially did not want to overly plan or like have a really specific idea of like how I wanted the day to go, because I was like, you know what, last night kind of failed low-key. And then that morning, Sunday morning, one of the girls that was going to go to brunch like canceled, which was fine. But it was just like, I was like, oh my God, is this day going to be annoying? Because I was just like, not that I was annoyed at that, but it was just kind of like something, with someone not coming through the night before. I was just like, how is this going to go? I don't know. But I was like, whatever, I just want to be cute today, so whatever. So we go to brunch, and I'm getting bottomless mimosas, and I'm just like drinking, starting to feel cute. And at this point, I did not feel like, I don't know, when I drink champagne, it's like I know when I'm lit. If I'm just drinking tequila all day, all night, whatever, like tequila makes you think you're not lit until you're too lit, and then you're like, fuck. Champagne, especially, like wine, anything like that, especially, like I feel that shit. But I was like responsible drinking my water. As we were leaving, the lady came to like pour me another mimosa. I was like, no, I'm good. So I think that was good. But I'm like obviously lit. So then we're like, okay, we're gonna go to this bar where we like know the bartender, because we want to talk to him. He's like our friend. And then we might go somewhere else, but we're just gonna like see how it goes. So we go back to my house, I take a shot, and then I'm like, I'm going to bring this White Claw with me in the car. Bitch, okay, I don't know why. I've been like a very responsible drinker this year. like just really good at like not mixing. I feel like I'm old enough now, had enough experience to where like I know how my body reacts to certain shit and like, you know, what I can handle and what I can't. I really learned last year when all I would do is go to the pool because nothing was open. Don't fucking mix tequila and seltzers unless you want to black out. So I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea to do on top of the, I don't even know how many mimosas I had. But I was like, whatever, fuck it. Already at this point, like, my memory is a little foggy. And it's like early in the day. Mind you, there has definitely been times where I've like gone to a bottomless brunch and then gone to this actual specific bar that we went to. Like, I've done that before. But you know, when it's your birthday, people want to like give you shots and give you drinks. And especially when you're already at a certain level, like you're not really like aware. Like you're like the responsibility is like out the window. Like I'm like, just yes, let me take the shot. So of course we're like friends with this bartender. We get a drink, but then he like gives us a shot, and then I honestly don't even know how much I drank there. Like I just remember the drink and the shot. And mind you, it's probably like 3 p.m., 4 p.m., maybe 5 p.m. I don't really know what time we ended up leaving. But then we go to this other spot, and in my mind, I was there for 5 minutes. But after talking with multiple people, apparently I was there for over 3 hours. And apparently, so this is like where I need to kind of explain, because the vlog, and this is why the vlog is not up. So at the first bar after brunch, like the middle place that we were, I took some vlog clips in the beginning, and then I vlogged after, and it's just so horrifying, and like I'm just so overly lit that it's like I can't even include this. Like this is like overly, this is above embarrassing. Like this is just like sickening in a bad way, like gross, disgusting, horrifying. Like this, I actually deleted it off my phone. So then when we go to the second spot where I thought I was there for 5 minutes, my phone apparently died. Oh my God. I don't know why this has happened to me multiple times this year. Maybe it's because my phone is like getting to be older. I don't know, because I'm not, you know, chaotic. Like I'm not, you know, the TikToks that are like leaving with my phone on 2% and just Apple Pay and lip gloss. Like I'm not like that. I'm like, my purse is fully stocked, prepared. I literally, even this past weekend, I had like a Tide pen, I had ibuprofen, I had cash, I had mints, I had cough drops, I had lip gloss, chapstick, my keys, you know, everything that I would need. I literally put electrolyte packets in my purse with me. I'm like an overly prepared person. I literally had a phone charger with me, but somehow my phone died. And apparently it was dead for a long time, because I just remember like texting my friends, or actually I don't remember, but I looked at our group chat and I had been like, oh, they were like, where are you? Like, send us your location. And I was like, oh, my phone was dead for so long. So then I remember like later in the night, in my mind, I was definitely like sobering up, but I was not like sober. But I remember at that point being like, I don't remember this day at all. So that's like when you know. Like if you haven't even like, it's not like I went to sleep and woke up. It's like I was just going through all the motions. Like I was just still living. And then I was like, oh my God, I don't remember this day at all. Like I don't remember leaving. I don't remember getting there. The last place that we were was kind of like a lounge vibe. And like, I don't remember getting there, really honestly being there or leaving at all. And I haven't been like that in so long. But then it's funny because I was like just staying so hydrated the whole time, like drinking so much water. I had like electrolytes. So I wasn't, and maybe just because I never really like slept, but I never really felt like hungover. Like I was tired the next day because I didn't really sleep. It's just like so interesting to me. Kind of like what I was saying before, like just how your body can react to certain situations. Because there's been times where I've thrown up and like I didn't black out. I wasn't like overly drunk or anything, but like I still threw up. It's like, oh, I didn't eat enough, or like I didn't drink any water or whatever. This also, I didn't really eat all day. Like I ate my brunch breakfast, but then like I don't know, I was just staying so hydrated. never threw up. I was never sick. Like, yeah, I embarrassed myself, looking back at these vlog clips. I was like, ew, I literally never want to be like this again. This is horrifying. But I didn't throw up. I wasn't like stumbling, at least I think. So I don't know. Like, I really don't know. My friends told me someone tried to give me a shot at the last place, and they were like, please don't take the shot. Like, please don't take the shot. And then I took half the shot, and they took it away from me. They were like, please stop. But it's just, when it's your birthday, like, you kind of have that pass of, like, I can wild out, and my friends are going to take care of me. Because swear to God, I'm not a messy bitch most of the time. Most of the time. There's only been, like, a couple times where I've needed to be, like, taken care of by my friends. But usually it's like I can handle myself, and I think because I mostly drink tequila, like, that doesn't have you typically messy in the sense of, like, stumbling, falling over, you don't know where you are. Like, I mean, maybe after a certain point, but, like, like, I just remember when I first ever really started drinking, which was, like, the first year I moved here. I never drank in high school or anything. Even the first year I moved here, I was never really, like, drunk. But we would drink vodka because I just, like, didn't really know any better at that time. And, like, that would just have me so messy. Like, that has you stumbling and, like, falling on the floor. And, like, I hate that. That's why, personally, I really like tequila. I'm glad tequila is, like, a little more trendy these days. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so the point of me sharing all of this is that the vlog is coming. But then I was going over the footage, and it's literally edited down only like 10 minutes. So today, actually, I'm going to see Sonia, and we're going to do our little birthday celebration because, she's not really like a going out type of queen. She's more like, we're like chill vibes together. So we're going to do our chill vibes. So I'm just going to include that in the vlog. And then, like, I don't know, I'm supposed to see some other friends that I didn't see this weekend. So I'm like, maybe I'll include that. So the birthday vlog will probably be up like this weekend or next week. So I just want to, like, give you guys, like, a explanation of, like, why that is. Like, my phone was dead. Like, y'all know I vlog my phone. It's like, I was going through a lot that day. So. It was fun, though, I guess. Like, it was, the, like, meme of the girls, like, it was lit. She's, like, one eyelash on. Like, that was me. But I was cute. I was, like, really cute. Yeah, I just really, honestly don't remember that much. But, I mean, I made it home safe. So, I guess, what can you do? Literally, what can you do? So let's get into what really matters. Did I throw up on my birthday last year? I don't think so. Did I vlog my birthday last year? It, like, wasn't really. It was just kind of the same vibe of, like, okay, I'm just, like, too lit now. Like, this would be not a good vlog. A certain level of Antics, it's, like, a fun vlog because it's just, like, hee-hee. But then once you get to a certain point, it's, like, nobody needs to see that. Like, seriously. Anyway, I wanted to update you guys. Back on my wholesome vibes. God. Oh, I did want to share this. My friends made a note, like, a shared notes in the notes app. They're like, okay, this is... They're all, like, pretty regular. It's called Street Rules. So they're all pretty regular, but the last one is what really got me. Number 1, stay hydrated. Number 2, eat, in all caps with exclamation points. Number 3, shot limit. And then they just put, like a line. So I don't really know. Like, maybe it depends on the day how many shots we're allowed to take. Y'all know me. I love taking shots, so... Number 4... Free doesn't mean finish. Just, when the random man hands you a shot, like, you do not need to take that shot just because you're offered the shot. Especially when you have already been to a bottomless brunch and you drank at your house and then you went to a bar. So I'm not trying to, like, promote this. This is not, like, a regular occurrence for me. But sometimes it's your birthday and you just get out of control. But whatever. It was fine. Whatever. There's people that, like, get it, and then there's people who don't get it. So, like, I don't want it. I was crazy back then. Okay. Anyway, back on my wholesome vibes. Like, the past 2 days I've literally just been in my house took a bath last night, back to working out. It was like one day of wilding out, so it's not really like I needed a huge recovery, but low-key I did. Like I was like tired for 2 days after this. Okay, so I posted this on my story. Y'all know I've been reading this book, The Wisdom of No Escape, and it's kind of, I was really intrigued by this book because it kind of was going along with it kind of was, parallel to the idea I've been talking about recently in my vlogs and podcasts and whatnot of like embracing negativity and, just kind of embracing and accepting all parts of life, and that strikes me. I think it strikes me so much because, I don't know if I was like part of the community, but I just, that fake spirituality kind of vibe of like, oh, be positive, be grateful, practice gratitude, like you are your thoughts, only think positive thoughts. Like that's actually pretty unhealthy, and it's kind of dismissive of the human experience. We're all human, and we're all going to go through the different emotions and like vibes of being a human, and we're not always going to be happy all the time. And a lot of Buddhist ideas are, about just observing that, like observing the mind or observing, how we feel, and I guess kind of remaining detached from it. But, if you're just watching it, it's not like you're necessarily in it as much, but not in the sense of like, oh, I'm not, like, I don't want to feel it, but like just having that inner knowing of like, this will pass. If things are good, this will pass. I'm not in a waiting for the shoe drop to, not in a waiting for the other shoe to drop away, but everything's temporary. So putting ourselves back in our body and like being in the moment and just like accepting that sometimes we're going to be sad, sometimes we're going to be angry, sometimes we are going to be happy, whatever, and not always trying to force this vibe of like gratitude, positivity, I am my thoughts, blah, blah, blah. It's like sometimes, yeah, it works if you're like just kind of bitching about something and you're like, okay, I need to be grateful. It's like, okay, fine. But bitch, you're allowed to like feel like a bitch sometimes. Anyway, I'm almost done with this book. It was like a quick read, but this kind of section on page 91, to know yourself or study yourself is to forget yourself, and if you forget yourself, you become enlightened by all things. And then she was talking about a quotation that appeared on the bulletin board yesterday. The everyday practice is simply to develop complete acceptance and openness to all situations, emotions, and people. You read that and you hear it, and maybe I even talk about it, but basically, what does that mean? When you read it, you think you sort of know what it means, but when you begin to try to do that, to test it against your experience, then your preconceptions of what it means completely fall apart. You discover something fresh and new, fun and fresh, that you never realized before. And then the chapter before, that was about samsara and nirvana, and this was also really interesting and just, I feel like so applicable to like our modern lives, and especially like in Antics. Well, let me explain. So samsara is in samsara we continually try to get away from pain by seeking pleasure, and in doing so we just keep going around and around and around. So it's just kind of like the bullshit of life. I hope that's not like disrespectful, so I don't know. I'm so hot, so I open a window, and then I'm cold, so I put on a sweater, and then it itches, so I put on lotion, and then it's sticky, so I go take a bath, and then I'm cold, so I close the window again, and it just goes on and on and on. We're always trying to get out of the boiling pot into some kind of coolness, always trying to escape, and therefore never really fully settling down and appreciating. That's called samsara. In other words, somehow we have this preference for occurrence, so we're always working in that framework of trying to get comfortable through political beliefs and philosophies and religions and everything, trying to gain pleasure in all that occurs. And then they talk about how you can like have both. What about holding the sadness and pain of samsara in my heart at the same time as like holding the sun in your heart? If you can live with the sadness of human life, if you can be willing to fully Feel and acknowledge continually your own sadness and the sadness of life, but at the same time not be drowned in it. You experience balance and completeness, joining heaven and earth, joining vision and practicality. There isn't any separation between samsara and nirvana. One can hold them both in one's heart, which is actually the purpose of practice. As a result of that, one can make a proper cup of tea. It's just, like, interesting because I feel like that's so true. I think there was, like, a Jerry Seinfeld little bit about, not about this, but just that idea, like, that idea of just always, like, wanting to go to the next thing. Like, he was like, you know, you think, oh, honestly, this, I think it was one of his more recent stand-ups. It was not that good. It was very, like, I hate my wife kind of jokes. But there was this one part that actually was funny. It was like, oh, we're, like, in the house all week. And we're like, damn, I just want to get out of the house. Like, I want to get out of the house. But then we go out. And the whole time we're like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I can't wait to go home. And, like, there was obviously more to it. But it really is that idea of, like, always, what do they say? Always trying to jump out of the boiling pot. Like, just always, like, on to the next thing. Like, oh, my God. Just never really like being. And then also, you know, even in Antics and going out, like, especially if you frequent the same places, it's like you kind of see the same people all the time, and like it's like you just kind of have to remind yourself, like, this is fun and all, but it's not real. You know, we're like, just also that idea of like always trying to find pleasure so we don't have to like feel pain, but ultimately it's like a lot of things really are just distractions, or like just because you're not feeling it right now doesn't mean you're not going to feel it later. So I just try and be mindful of that too. It's just like, wow. Anyway, bro, it's like so hot right now. Ew. Dude, that's the thing about having this natural light. It gets so hot in here. Honestly, I'm excited for like fall, winter. I never used to feel like that ever. Like, I would be like, ew. But then living here, it's like, damn, it's kind of nice when it's kind of cold. It'd be getting cold at night in like the fall and winter. Dude, even the other night it was cold. It's like, what? Like, I thought it was supposed to be July, sweetie. Yeah. I wanted to talk about, oh, it's hot, bro. Stay hydrated. Street rules. It's Leo season, but I'm not really feeling it. Maybe I just got all my antics out and I'm like done. I wanted to talk about this TikTok I saw about dating. Did I even save it? Oh my God, maybe I didn't. Wow, I wish I could remember specifically what it was, but basically it was something about like, if you are confused by the state of the relationship, like let's say you're in a talking stage or just kind of in that like, you're at the point where you're starting to think to yourself like, okay, what is this? What are we? Etc. And if I'm just going to say the dude, because let's be honest, most of the time it's a fucking man. He's like not really being clear with you, or not being consistent, or just not really giving you like an answer, because ultimately he just wants to, you know, string you along, or like, it's like if he said no, you would be like, oh, okay, well, I'm not interested then. So it's like they kind of want to be like, maybe, and then you'll stick around because you're like, well, maybe they'll change their mind. No, bitch. So this girl said feeling confused, or like feeling just that what the fuck feeling is a good enough reason to stop talking to someone or to leave. You know, you don't have to wait for a specific like, no, I would not like to pursue a relationship with you answer from this dude, because typically they're not gonna give that to you, because again, like, if shit's comfortable and if they're getting what they want and you're not really saying that you have a problem with it and you're sticking around, like, why would they, you know, risk losing that? Because they're literally getting everything that they want. So my mom always tells me and my sister, like, whenever we have issues with relationships and dating and whatnot, like, you can spend so long trying to figure out, and it's just true for life, honestly, in any kind of like relationship with anybody, but like, you can spend so long trying to figure out how the other person feels and like what they're thinking, but ultimately, like, you have to pay attention to how you feel, because that's more important than, that's like the most important, bitch, that's you. You are the only one living in your body with your brain. So you and your state of mind and emotions have to come first. So if you notice, like, if this dude is always making you feel like crazy, or like always kind of just second guessing yourself, or like unsure or uncertain of like the relationship, or if they like you, or how much they like you, or whatever the case may be, like that says a lot. Because if, you know, it was actually like good and fulfilling and like an actual honest sort of relationship, like I doubt you would be feeling like that. So, you know, just some like wisdom. Also really paying attention to like how you feel after you're hanging out with someone. Especially like on the topic of antics, like if you do feel like you need to be lit every time you have a hookup, or you go to see your sneaky link, or whatever the fuck, like sometimes it's like, haha, like, yeah, I'm gonna get a little lit, so I'm like more hee, but like ultimately it's like, why do you feel like you have to do that? And how do you feel after, when, you know, whatever's happened has happened and now you're like sober and alone, and like how do you feel about it? Like, are you left feeling like, ew, what the fuck was that? Like, why did I do that? I shouldn't have gone over there, or I shouldn't have let them come here, or you know, are you left feeling a little more confused? Or are you left like, oh my god, when am I going to see them again? Like I have this like urgency, or like this clinging, grasping feeling, because there is this uncertainty in the relationship, and I don't know. Like, I don't know, it's like if you go hang out with your friend, like one of your besties, you're not like left, I mean, hopefully you're not left after feeling like, when am I going to see them again? Like, oh my god, when are they going to text me? Like, oh my god, because it's like, you just know that you're good, and you know you're going to see them again, so it's like you don't think about it. That's another quote, and something I've, you know, actually really learned, is like, the more security there is, not quote, but like, I don't know, fact, the more security there is in the relationship when you're together, the more security and independence you actually have. You know, think about, maybe you've had personal experience, but you know, those toxic couples where they just like are always fighting, and they're always like beefing with each other, and they always think, you know, the other one's up to something or whatever. It's like, yeah, if they're apart, they're going to think they're both with other people, or they're cheating or whatever. But if you're like in a secure relationship where you trust each other, like you could go do your own thing and not even talk, because you just have that like trust. So yeah, honestly, free all the baddies from the situationships, and don't put up with bullshit, bitch. There's so many people in this world, and ultimately, you know, your own peace of mind needs to come first. But also don't beat yourself up for, you know, I know I just like made an episode that was like, don't go back to him, sis, but don't beat yourself up for going back to whoever, because also it's like, you know, we want what's familiar, and like, I don't know, if you bully yourself, it's just gonna make it worse. So yeah. I'm just kind of like, what's next? Year of being a baddie. Who's in it with me? Let me know your sign down below. Oh yeah, I guess I never really talked about Leo season. It's a time of antics. Fuck it, we ball. And I think a lot of the quotes and like little IG stories usually say like, or like IG posts usually say like, oh, it's a time of being playful and romantic and like fun and flirty. So bitch, let's enjoy this while we can. It's about to be August. August is like one of my favorite months. Honestly, even though my birthday is July, it's like August is just like the true fuck it, we ball season before we have to go back to reality of Virgo season. So have fun, stay hydrated, and let me know what you want me to talk about in the next episode. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next week.